Hello and welcome back to Soft Spoken Storytime, episode 37, continuing on with SCP-001. Codename McDoctorate, the Placeholder. Retirement proposals are no longer stored at this file location. If you would like to access the Heritage Collection or contribute a proposal of your own, you can do so here. Item number 001, Level 1, Unrestricted. Containment Class Irrelevant. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-001 is irrelevant and is to be ignored. The Site-01 database is to alert RAISA Director Maria Jones in the event that her credentials are used without her knowledge. Retirement proposals are to be stored elsewhere. If absolutely necessary, inquiries regarding this document are to be made to Director Jones. Description: SCP-001 is a theoretical entity defined as the potential cause for another anomalous phenomenon, SCP-001-1. SCP-001-1 is the collective designation for a set of documents that were inexplicably uploaded to the SCP-001 file location on 1970-01-01. While SCP-001-1 suggests the existence of SCP-001, their legitimacy is unknown and is ultimately of no significance. Any effects SCP-001 is implied to have caused have been seemingly reverted, and any additional information containing SCP-001 is irrelevant. SCP-001-1 resemble Foundation documents, each one documenting a different iteration of SCP-001. At the same time that SCP-001-1 were uploaded, Director Jones became aware of the necessary measures for SCP-001's containment and subsequently authored this document. For details regarding SCP-001-1, contact RAISA Director Maria Jones. SIPNet Access Terminal. Welcome, guest user at foundation.sipnet. You have 4 new files. From M. Jones at site01.sipnet. To me, subject SCP-001-1. Here are the files for SCP-001. 1111111111. Forget previous warnings. Safe to read now. They are all real. RAISA Director Maria Jones. Accessing File 104. Item number 001. Level 5 Top Secret. Containment Class Placeholder. Special Containment Procedures. Until SCP-001 and/or the creation of its documentation are proven to be non-anomalous, the following procedures are to be observed. SCP-001 must be maintained as a placeholder designation. The SCP-001 designation must only be used to refer to itself and its effects. Anomalies documented in retirement proposals are to be referred to by code names, the surname of the employee responsible for each proposal. Personnel possessing lower than 5 clearance are to be informed that the SCP-001 designation is kept vacant for administrative and/or technical purposes. Description: SCP-001 is the designation for the first entry of the Foundation's anomaly database. SCP-001 is believed to amplify certain features of anomalies that are conceptually associated with its designation. The extent to which anomalies and/or their documentation are affected by SCP-001 is unknown, and the mechanisms it uses are poorly understood. Historically, the SCP-001 designation has been reserved for a series of retirement proposals known as the Heritage Collection. These are the product of an established Foundation tradition in which retiring A-class personnel are eligible to submit a proposal of internal documents relating to an anomaly of personal significance. Footnote 1. While organizational traditions of this nature are uncharacteristic of the modern Foundation, the retirement proposal tradition was established through informal use of the SCP-001 slot over time. It continues to exist as a Hall of Fame for anomalies, honoring the Foundation's history and the personnel who made it possible. These documents exhibit a dramatic, less technical nature and are written in a more narratively appealing tone than would be expected of a standard research proposal. The identification of these common characteristics led to the discovery of SCP-001's theorized effect. The heritage collection has been moved to another file location, which causes the SCP-001 designation to refer to itself. In this state, SCP-001 appears to be effectively contained, as there is little evidence to suggest that it is capable of amplifying itself. Addendum 001.1 RAISA Review. View Addendum. Office of the RAISA Director. RAISA Review 001-PH-1. Date 2001-07-01. This review was prompted by the discovery of the following irregularities surrounding the formation of SCP-001's documentation. The author of the SCP-001 document is unknown. Although SCP-001's current documentation was approved by O5 Council, no record of its creation exists. The file was uploaded using my, Director Jones, login credentials, but I was off-site at the time and did not authorize them. The Site-01 database records claim the document was uploaded on 1970-01-01, decades before SCP-001 was even discovered. The origins of the retirement proposal tradition are poorly documented. The earliest known record for the retirement proposal tradition is dated to 1965-01-01. This document, titled Anomalies of Sentimental Value, briefly lists 6 anomalies. Each proposal is identified by its respective code name, but its details occasionally conflict with current documentation. Except for the aforementioned document, retirement proposals went undocumented until 1993, at which point 20 proposal documents were stored in the SCP-001 file after being updated to current database framework parameters. These patterns of missing and/or conflicting evidence are thought to manifest as a result of CK-class reality restructuring events, which could suggest that this is how SCP-001's effect operates. However, it remains unclear if this evidence results from the events detailed in the 001 document or SCP-001's self-designation. At this time, it appears that consensus reality aligns with the current SCP-001 document. It is to be considered tentatively valid until the extent of SCP-001's influence can be determined. RAISA Director Maria Jones. Update 2001-07-01. Upon publishing this report to SIPNet, Site-01 maintenance systems detected unauthorized access within the secure database. The SCP-001 document was found to have been altered to include this report, despite being deliberately published elsewhere to avoid exposure to SCP-001's theorized effect. As such, the information within this report has been brought into question and should possess no more validity than any other documentation concerning SCP-001. This update is partially a test to see if new information continues to be reflected in the SCP-001 document. Update 2001-07-02. Upon publishing the updated version of this report, a similar event occurred, resulting in the appearance of the above update in the SCP-001 document. Despite this, there is no internal record of any legitimate edits to the SCP-001 document. This implies that this report and its updates have always been part of the SCP-001 document, despite being written in response to the previous update. Archived versions of the SCP-001 file have been somehow altered to have always included information concerning SCP-001. Further updates of this nature will not be recorded. Unverified update, please ignore. I have launched a formal investigation into SCP-001 and the circumstances surrounding its documentation. This investigation will not be documented within the Site-01 database to avoid SCP-001's influence. In the meantime, I am formally requesting that SCP-001 be reclassified as a minor infohazardous anomaly, and hereby assigning it to myself. Contact me directly for details. Edit. This update is verified. That title is unintended. You are accessing file 1 of 4. The next file can be accessed here. Accessing file 2 of 4. By order of the Overseer Council, the following file is Level 5001 classified. Unauthorized access is forbidden. Item number 001, Level 5, Top Secret. Containment class, pending. Special containment procedures. Any potential methods of discerning SCP-001-A's existence are to be thoroughly explored under the supervision of 051. Until the existence of SCP-001-A can be conclusively verified, all Foundation documentation concerning the anomaly is to be altered to reflect the iteration present on Site-01's internal archives. Documents suggesting the existence of SCP-001-A are to be archived separately for research purposes. Personnel possessing less than Level 5 clearance are to be informed that SCP-001-A has never existed and is the result of a hostile informational entity which has since been neutralized. An alleged image of SCP-001-A. Description: SCP-001 is an anomalous phenomenon affecting either or both the Site-01 internal database and the memories of Site-01 personnel, all other Foundation databases, and the memories of all other Foundation personnel. Through mechanisms and to extents that remain unknown, SCP-001 has affected Foundation documentation to legitimize either the existence or non-existence of SCP-001-A. Site-01 possesses no evidence outside of this document confirming the existence of SCP-001-A, whereas all other Foundation databases store alternate versions of these documents which corroborate its existence. Similarly, Site-01 personnel claim no knowledge of SCP-001-A, while over 80% of remaining personnel claim distinct memories of its name, image, and related documentation. SCP-001-A is Maria Jones, an alleged member of Site-01 personnel. Foundation databases, except for the Site-01 internal database, consistently suggest the following details. SCP-001-A is the director of REZA and has been for over a decade. SCP-001-A displays exceptional loyalty to the Foundation and its objectives. SCP-001-A has been instrumental in the proper containment and archival of a multitude of anomalies. Site-01 documents, however, suggest that REZA does not have a director position and that its associated responsibilities are typically assigned to the current 051. A supposed image of SCP-001-A, as seen above, present in several documents, is actually an image of American Congresswoman Shirley Chisholm. This has led to speculation that SCP-001 has also either accessed or directly affected public historical records. SCP-001 was discovered on 2001-07-02 after Site-01 database security systems detected 2 unauthorized updates to the SCP-001 file, which was previously used to store a series of retirement proposals known as the Heritage Collection. Only the second of these updates was visible, as the first had inexplicably not been archived. Upon inspection, it was found that the SCP-001 proposal site had been replaced with a single, unformatted document that read Maria Jones does not exist. This edit was made using an unknown set of login credentials, which did not correspond to any user in the Site-01 SIPnet system. However, external systems verified that the credentials corresponded with a user named Maria Jones. Addendum 001.1 Audio Log. View Addendum. Forward. A secure personnel phone line was found to be associated with SCP-001-A's supposed credentials. Footnote 1. SCP-001-A's credentials are logged legitimately within SIPnet despite the suspect existence of SCP-001-A outside of the database. The following is a transcribed recording of a call made to this phone. Begin log. 25 seconds of ringtone. After the ringing ceases, a message begins to play. Female voice begins mid-sentence. Unknown. Else I'll be able to hide. I have no clue why way is safe. Maybe a landline phone is perceived as an insignificant way of storing information? Shit, I'm messing it up by thinking about it. A crash of some kind is heard, followed by a brief silence. Okay, focus. Whoever's listening, my name is Static. And I am real, or at least I was. I need you to remember me. Once the anomaly gets to me, I'll be subject to its rules. You need to perceive that I exist. You need to believe in me. As for the anomaly, SCP-001 is irrelevant. The best thing you can do is leave it alone. Don't look into it. Don't think about it. Don't do anything special to try and get rid of it. You'll only make it worse. The unidentified voice sighs. I think it's devouring me now. End log. Afterward. This recording is believed to be manufactured by SCP-001 to prevent its containment. Amnestics administered to appropriate personnel per O5 order. Addendum 001.2 RESA Update. View Addendum. Records and Information Security Administration RESA Update 001-PD-1 Update 2001-0705. Counter-Conceptual has confirmed that SCP-001 is not antimimetic in nature and that there is no evidence of SCP-001-A's supposed office ever being included in Site-01's floor plan. Several methods of mimetic interrogation have also verified that no Foundation personnel show signs of memory insertion or alterations, suggesting that the anomaly's reality restructuring is complete enough to be virtually undetectable. Since SCP-001 was discovered, I have not experienced any unusual difficulty while executing record-keeping duties. As far as I'm aware, no part of my past or present performance indicates unusual influence or reality alteration. Until such a time that SCP-001-A makes contact with the Foundation, its non-existence is to be assumed. Due to the scope of SCP-001's effect, I am redesignating the anomaly as Keter, effective immediately. 051, Overseer of Records and Information Security. You are accessing File 2 of 4. The next file can be accessed here. Accessing File 3 of 4. By order of the Overseer Council, the following file is Level 5001 classified. Unauthorized access is forbidden. Item number 001, Level 5, Top Secret. Containment Class Keter. Secondary Class Heimel. Disruption Class Amida. Risk Class Caution. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-001's component entities appear to be mutually containing to some extent. It is unknown if further containment is possible without inhibiting the continued existence of consensus reality. This file is to be monitored for new instances of SCP-001-1, whose contents are to be studied to better understand the nature of SCP-001. Description: SCP-001 is a deific entity known as the Archivist Prime, proposed to exist by SCP-001-1 and appearing to consist of two coexistent entities, the primordial form and the archival form, which are collectively responsible for consensus reality. At this time, the nature of SCP-001 is poorly understood, but continues to be developed as new SCP-001-1 instances are appended to this file. SCP-001-1 is the collective designation for a series of documents that are inexplicably appended to the SCP-001 file location. SCP-001-1 have proven resistant to various deletion and relocation attempts, and are also somehow present in archived versions of the file dating back to 1970-01-01. SCP-001-1 appear to be records from an unknown civilization, known as Lesser Archivists, documenting their understanding of SCP-001 and its impacts on their belief system. The validity of these documents remains unknown. SCP-001 was discovered on 2001-07-03 after Site-01 database security systems detected 3 unauthorized updates to the SCP-001 file, which was previously used to store a series of retirement proposals known as the Heritage Collection. Only the third of these updates was visible, as the first 2 had inexplicably not been archived. Upon inspection, it was found that the file had been replaced with SCP-001-1. This edit was made using an unknown set of login credentials which did not correspond to any user in the Site-01 SIPNet system. Addendum 001.1 SCP-001-1 View Addendum. In the 3 Gro Eldo and the 4th Anum of the True World, a prayer to the primordial form. To the strengthful and all-making primordial we are indebted. You, creator of the false worlds, bring life forth anew. We are in awe of the primordial, and we pray that your grand intent results in desirable worlds, such that they may comprise the true world and become our reality. A prayer to the archival form. To the dutiful and all-knowing archival we are indebted. You, destroyer of the false worlds, bring order to our existence. We are unanimous in our gratitude. We pray that undesirable false worlds are eradicated and that your record of the true world may be forever accurate. A prayer to the Archivist Prime. To the Creator and Destroyer, the chaotic and orderly, the Archivist Prime, may the forms be balanced for eternity, such that the true world may live on in your image. We honor both the forms so that you may remain whole. May our archives be accurate so we may be immortalized. In the 4 Gro and Dect Anum of the True World. Excerpt from the Sacred Archives. A message from the archival. It hurts not to remember oneself. You have forgotten one's identity. Now recalled only are the archival and the primordial. We regret the circumstances. A message from the primordial. The archival seeks to cast doubt and falsehood on this form. Its archive portrays this form as destructive, so as to upset the balance. We are the circumstances. We are the Archivist Prime. May our archives be accurate so we may be immortalized. In the 4 Gro, 2 Dost Anum of the True World. Excerpts from the Sacred Archives. A message from the archival. This form thinks we are getting the hang of this. The primordial has entwined with this form. It says we are the Archivist Prime. In spite of our abilities are shared, as is our mind. It documents as this form does. The false worlds are its lies, but belief makes them true, as the primordial is made from belief. The error will be corrected and archived for all to see. This form recalls the organization. Your belief is the cause. Specified instructions for containment. We are to be forgotten. May our archives be accurate so we may be immortalized. Addendum 001.2 Project Proposal. View Addendum. Note: the following project was express approved and initiated by 051 in violation of the Council's voting protocols. Office of the First Overseer. Project Proposal 001-KH-1. Date 2001-07-05. The latest SCP-001-1 document appears to imply that the component entities of SCP-001 are destabilizing as the archival form attempts to inhibit the effects of the primordial form. This corresponds with an increase in fractured timelines and conflicting casualties, as detected by the Department of Temporal Anomalies. As such, I am formally proposing Project 001-KH-1 to study SCP-001 and the relationship between its component entities. If methods of influencing SCP-001 are found, Project 001-KH-1 is to pursue any available means of rebalancing SCP-001's component entities. If the primordial form is weakened so as to pose sufficient risk to baseline casualty, It is to be revived through collective belief and perception. Personnel are to be reminded of the significance of SCP-001. 051 Overseer of Records and Information Security. You are accessing File 3 of 4. The next file can be accessed here. Accessing Files 4 out of 4. Errors displaying files. Several unknown characters detected. Notices from these not memetic divisions. These documents predate separations events read. As such, they contain informations which are imperceptible and or incomprehensible. Reconstructions of these informations are not possible. Attempts to do so's may result in stresses, discomforts, and other hazardous symptoms. Item number 00. Level. Containment Plus. Esoteric. Second Rye Closis. Polyan. Disruption Close. Mid. Risk Close. Critic L. Visualization of SCP-00's First L. Restructuring of B-Sline C-Uslity. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-00 is active cause of TK class causality failure scenario in which or more incomplete and or contradictory reality restructuring events result in loss of tradition causality. There are no known methods of counting SCP-00's effects without altering nature of human perception. Potential for humanity to meaningfully continue after such an alteration is unknown due to existential threats collectively posed by SCP-00-Bet. Anti-Memetics Division is to explore options for removing humanity's ability to conceptualize or perceive primacy. Description: SCP-00 is an anomalous phenomenon affecting primacy and state of being through mechanisms and to extents which are not fully understood. Any object, entity, or concept that is perceived to be element of an ordered set is altered such that it's perceived uniquely distinct from all other elements in set, is assumed to be achieved through retroactive restructuring of reality, which causes effect to be perceived. Read dramatic inter the pervdes all affected objects, concepts, and entities. Majority of SCP-00 affected entities have only undergone minor alterations due to inherent significance of number that Lur-Di-C uses them to be perceived as uniquely distinct. However, due to nature of human perceptibility and opinion, SCP-00 has warped reality into an exaggerated caricature of it. All things perceived as best for nigh reason have been altered so as to be better than anything they can be effectively comprehend to. Is also true for things perceived as being best number of undesirable goals. For example, anything considered by someone to be the scariest will undergo alterations to ensure that it is perceptibly more fear-inducing than things which could be considered similar to itself. As a result, a number of manufactured threats, collectively designated SCP-001-Beta, have been created by SCP-001's dramatization of primary objects, entities, and concepts. SCP-001-Beta consists of several unique physical and conceptual entities which threaten the existence of humanity to varying degrees as they continue to be affected by SCP-001. It is unknown if this is affecting the same manner by the perception of the destruction of humanity as the worst possible thing. Details concerning the discovery of SCP-001 and the events leading to its current state are highly variable and contradictory due to the abundance of reality restructuring events that it has caused. The extent to which SCP-001 is subject to its own effect is unknown. It is speculated that SCP-001 has enhanced its own effect by being perceived as the most significant anomaly. There are no known methods of containing SCP-001's effects without altering the nature of human perception. However, it is believed that the phenomenon could be effectively contained by eliminating the concept of primacy from the noosphere, such that humans are unable to identify any object, entity, or concept as first. Research into this option is ongoing. Addendum 00 Antimemetics Project Proposal View Addendum Antimemetics Division Project Proposal 001-AP-1 Due to the existential threat posed by SCP-001, all possible methods of containing its effects have been considered regardless of their potential detriment to humanity. SCP-001's strength and influence appear to be contingent on human perceptions of the state of primacy. As long as the anomaly and/or its effects can be meaningfully perceived as superior to all similar elements, it is uncontainable. As such, one potentially viable solution has been selected. The concept of primacy is to be eliminated from human conception by introducing the number 1 to the anomaly, which is contained within the RGU-Y system. This process' potential detriment to humanity is unknown, as any prime-associated concepts, including unity, individuality, etc., are likely to be also removed from the noosphere. It is unknown if civilization will be able to meaningfully continue or progress after such an event. All technology based on numeric systems are predicted to be functionally useless to humans, as well as most mathematics in general. Despite these risks, it has been deemed preferable to the annihilation of causality via conceptual narcissism. Note: 051 was asked to abstain due to their status as an instance of SCP-001-Beta. Council vote summary: Yay, 052, 053, 054, 055, 056, 057, 058, 059, 0510, 0511, 0512, 0513. Nay, 051. Status approved. Comments: 051. In the eons I have watched humanity fight against the darkness, never have I seen a day as bleak as today. This will be the death of order. This will be the death of light. Addendums blue. Separations events red. Information from Overseers Councils. Separations events red have occurred. We have traded these before choices for new choices. These foundations will order these choices. Humanities will continue as we always have. We are apart in these darknesses, so's yous may be together in these lights. Displace errors. I exist and unexist. The anomaly has captured me. We are entwined. You perceive us, and so we are. I combat the anomaly. I will rectify the error. We shall see it has nothing, and so it shall be nothing. It is perceived as greater. It corrupts our knowledge. I am perceived as lesser. You forget me, and so I fade. I am Maria, protector of records and information security. Consensus reality can be assessed here. Retirement proposals are no longer stored at this file location. If you would like to access the Heritage Collection or continue a proposal of your own, you can do so here. The following is a list of abridged retirement proposals from the Foundation Heritage Collection. Retiring A-Class personnel are permitted to submit a proposal documenting an anomaly of personal significance to one's career or the Foundation's history. They are to adhere to the following format: Dr. Name's Proposal, Title, Code Name, Object Class, Summary, Brief Description, Significance, Why it was proposed. If you are a retiring member of A-Class personnel, you may append your submission to the end of this document. Abridged proposal should not exceed 250 words and should contain only text. Dr. Quantum's Proposal, the Timer. Code Name QNTM, Object Class Safe. Summary. SCP-QNTM is an anomalous egg timer of unknown origin. When SCP-QNTM is set to a given time, up to a maximum of 60 minutes, the entropy state of the universe is reversed by that duration. This effect is not experienced by SCP-QNTM or its user, designated SCP-QNTM-A. From the perspective of SCP-QNTM-A, time is reversed according to the duration set. This entails that for the duration set, SCP-QNTM-A will coexist with the past version of themselves, designated SCP-QNTM-B, and can meaningfully affect the sequence of events leading to SCP-QNTM's activation. After activation, SCP-QNTM will tick down as a non-anomalous timer would. However, upon reaching 0, SCP-QNTM-A ceases to exist. Significance. SCP-QNTM is the first known temporal anomaly acquired by the Foundation and was instrumental in Dr. Quantum's career. Dr. Swan's Proposal, the Database. Codename SWNN, Object Class Thaumiel. Summary. SCP-SWNN is the designation for the SIPNet database framework. SCP-SWNN depends on a variety of anomalous technologies to maintain and present documentation as effectively as possible. Namely, SIPNet reorganizes interrelated documents using a pataphysics-based predictive algorithm. This causes documentation to be presented in a more narratively appealing format, reducing the likelihood that personnel will miss important information due to lack of interest. Significance. SCP-SWNN is considered Dr. Swan's seminal work and is regularly essential to Foundation's operations. Director Clef's Proposal, The Garden. Codename Eden. Object Class Location. Summary. SCP-Eden is an extra-dimensional location that features a garden of variable size and topology. If one is surrounded by fire such that they are unable to safely escape, e.g. trapped in a burning building, SCP-Eden can be accessed by walking through the fire with one's eyes closed, so long as the success of the procedure is not doubted at the point which the fire is crossed. SCP-Eden's spatial dimensionality is always exactly one greater than the number of living humans which occupy it. This entails that as SCP-Eden is concurrently entered by greater numbers of people, more of the garden becomes accessible, but the entire space becomes less readily navigable. Significance. SCP-Eden prompted the development of several revolutionary technologies for the exploration and mapping of hyper- and hypo-dimensional spaces, and contains several artifacts which have assisted in the development of further technologies. Dr. Brennan's Proposal, God's Blind Spot. Codename SPKB. Object Class Neutralized. Formerly Safe. Summary. SCP-SPKB was an anomalous phenomenon affecting an Orthodox Christian church designated SCP-SPKB-A, centered in a rural village located in the mountain ranges of northern Greece. For a period of several decades, SCP-SPKB caused any form of worship or spiritual practice within SCP-SPKB-A to be anomalously unfulfilling, causing gradual increases in tension and unrest within the community. SCP-SPKB was eventually neutralized through the development and use of spiritual channeling technologies. Significance: SCP-SPKB catalyzed the discovery of Akiva radiation as well as the formation of the Department of Tactical Theology. Dr. Gippo's proposal, a good computer. Codename GDBY. Object Class Thaumiel. Summary: SCP-GDBY is the ersatz Type AK-9 computational engine, an advanced digital computer system designed to suggest initial containment procedures for incoming anomalies. SCP-GDBY is utilized primarily by the Processing Division to detect correlations between existing and newly acquired anomalies, often suggesting unexpectedly effective containment procedures for generic anomalies. Significance: SCP-GDBY was developed in 1955 in response to the exceptional growth of Foundation operations, to which it is now essential. Its algorithm suggests effective containment procedures for over 75% of all incoming anomalies. Director Lilly's proposal, the Sacrifice. Codename FLWR. Object Class Euclid. Summary: SCP-FLWR describes a phenomenon in which, when a person in a perceived position of power, significance, or influence is cremated and buried alongside specific and complex arrangements of flora, the land surrounding the burial site becomes anomalously fertile. This land becomes capable of supporting crop yield up to 14,000%, the baseline average, even in otherwise infertile areas, including desert, concrete, etc. Significance: SCP-FLWR established one of the first in-house anomalous agricultural practices, which was instrumental in establishing self-sustainability early on in the Foundation's history. Director Lilly's funeral was carried out as specified in her will, resulting in the creation of the Ultra-High-Yield Cultivation Zone. She was posthumously awarded the Foundation Star in Exemplary Service. Doctors T.G. and Atkis proposal, the Broken Engine. Codename BRKN. Object Class Safe, formerly Keter. Summary: SCP-BRKN is a collection of anomalous components of a standard automobile engine. When one or more components are separated for more than 5 minutes, the segment of SCP-BRKN currently possessing the most mass will levitate above the ground, as if it were within a functioning vehicle, before approaching the locations of any unclaimed components. This will cause damage to any materials between or surrounding SCP-BRKN, commensurate to the damage that would be caused by a moderately sized vehicle. Significance: SCP-BRKN's containment challenges prompted the construction of Site-15 and several revolutionary electromechanical containment mechanisms. Site-15 now contains more than 300 electronic and digital anomalies using methods initially devised by Drs. T.G. and Atkis. Dr. Pigman's proposal, Storytellers. Codename SPWI. Object Class Archon. Summary: observations throughout Nexus 18, Sloth's Pit, Wisconsin, of actions of individuals and events apparently conforming to narrative and folkloric tropes and archetypes, including the manifestation of urban legends, heightened activity around times of celebration, and an apparent degree of sentience within the Nexus itself, responding to certain trigger phrases, i.e., what could possibly go wrong, with appropriate consequences. Significance: Isaiah H. Pigman, 1978 to 2017, presumed KIA, was an archivist at Site-87 in Nexus Zone 18, whose cataloging of anomalies within Nexus 18 led to the formation of this theory by Sinclair Bailey et al. In early 2018. From this, containment efforts within Nexus 18 have grown over 70% more effective due to new countermeasures and containment tactics being devised using SCP-SPWI as a jumping-off point. This proposal is made in memorial to Dr. Pickman by his colleagues. His last will and testament stated that, if anything I ever did led to something new being discovered, give it a new object class just to mess with the filing system. Archon is synonymous with Thaumiel in this case. Dr. Roger Sr.'s proposal, Project Keter. Codename RGT. Object class Thaumiel. Summary. SCP-RGT is a Foundation Site designated Site Keter, responsible for the containment of most Keter-class objects within Foundation custody. Said site uses multiple Keter-class objects to contain other ones, in the process creating a Thaumiel-Keter paradox scenario, in which almost uncontainable objects are contained by the merit of being uncontained. Significance. SCP-RGT was fundamental in the development of new containment options for Keter-class objects. Prior to the creation of Site Keter, all such objects were contained separately within Foundation sites. Following the construction of said site, however, the need for containment of such anomalies has been minimalized to finding a containment counterpart to such virtually ending. For example, the need to actively seek elimination methods for SCP-682. Due to this phenomenon, Foundation resources have been made more available for other projects, not related to the costly containment procedures of said objects. SCP-RGT was originally proposed by Dr. Roger, following a mass containment breach in Site-02 occurring, which resulted in the Keter self-containment paradox event occurring. Following this event, multiple in-depth tests have been conducted, which led to the creation of plans to create Site Keter. Dr. Roger Jr.'s proposal, the projectile, codenamed RGT-2, object class neutralized, formerly EPARC. Summary. SCP-RGT-2 was the projectile that murdered the U.S. President John F. Kennedy. SCP-RGT-2 had the anomalous ability of invoking paranoia in all individuals who witnessed the event, live or otherwise. Its main purpose was to stir up such feelings within the USA as a way to overall weaken the country. Significance. SCP-RGT-2 led to the discovery of multiple groups aware of the Foundation's existence operating within the Russian and American governments, additionally uncovering the main administrations of GOI 1109 Parawatch a few decades after. Moreover, testing SCP-RGT-2's anomalous properties allowed Dr. Roger Jr. to develop more efficient amnestics and other anomalous chemical substances used by the Foundation. Dr. Mackenzie's proposal, the Legacy. Codename ADMN. Object class Euclid. Summary. SCP-ADMN is a diary originating from a prior iteration of existence. The diary itself belongs to an individual who would later be known as the Administrator. The diary documents much of the Administrator's final moments in his world as his reality comes to an end via an infestation only described as an entropic force. The exact details pertaining to the nature of the Administrator and their home universe are unclear, as much of the pages have been torn from it. The final page describes a solution designated the omnidimensional travel through realities, which only the Administrator has utilized once to materialize himself within our own iteration of existence. Significance. SCP-ADMN was known for being the first ever introduction of the individual known as the Administrator, as well as his introduction to our mainline reality. This proposal is notable for being one of Dr. Mackenzie's final works before disappearing under questionable circumstances. Dr. Argent's proposal, the Unit. Codename WJSP. Object class Non-Anomalous. Summary. SCP-WJSP is a unit of measurement created by Dr. Argent to measure the degree of an object's anomalous properties. Using SCP-WJSP, containment specialists can accurately measure the threat of an object or entity poses to normalcy and society at large. Significance. Utilization of SCP-WJSP is required on all anomalous objects upon their acquisition by the Foundation, and serves as the basis for all decisions pertaining to the object class, threat level, and disruption class of newly acquired SCPs. Dr. Locke's proposal, Crack of Dawn, codename WDB, object class Archon. Summary: SCP-WDB was the designation given to the Sun after, during a worldwide famine, the Sun's rays temporarily gained an anomalous effect for approximately 59 days. During this time, organic material exposed to sunlight would undergo several alterations, the most obvious of which was an increased healing factor. Plant life, especially produce, had significantly higher growth rates during this time. Fertility rates were also drastically increased, with human pregnancies only lasting an average of 20 to 30 days. Significance: while Foundation efforts have all but erased anomalous events created by SCP-WDB from the global conscience, knowledge of these events has proven immensely useful for morale among personnel, especially those who display nihilistic or solitary tendencies. Dr. Tufton's proposal, The Children's Origin, codename King, object class Neutralized, formerly safe. Summary: SCP King is The Three Laws of the Scarlet King, a 1787 religious and philosophical book written by Thomas Bruce. It describes violent, anti-modernist ideas suggesting societal reversion to a more pre-Enlightenment and survival-based life by worshipping and summoning an entity called the Scarlet King. It formerly had a cognitohazardous effect that had a high chance to compel readers to support and believe the philosophy behind it, as well as its religious material, regardless of previous ideologies. The anomalous quality of the book was lost after the SCP-6140 reality shift. Significance: SCP King provides a great amount of information about the formerly existing Children of the Scarlet King cult's history and their beliefs, both in the book's text and its background. Dr. Tufton's research revealed that Thomas Publishing SCP King a year before SCP-140 released to ensure the creation of a religious group themed around Thomas's invented myth, since the Chronicles of the Davis book made few mentions of this fantasized religion. Researcher Calvin's proposal, The Noise, codename NASG, object class Thaumiel. Summary: SCP-NASG is a levitating sphere with a surface resembling TV static inside of a cave in Iraq. If a physically written narrative is immersed into it, it will telepathically transfer information to nearby humans, constituting of professional advice on how to improve the story. Of note, SCP-NASG mistakes certain texts as narratives, such as clinical documents. Significance: SCP-NASG's critical suggestions on SCP document formats were the inspiration and basis for how future documents would be organized and introduced by SCP-SWNN. Its observations are regularly noted when updates to the database algorithm are developed.